Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 2023 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me get seen by the YouTube algorithm, and I thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, just became very short of breath all of a sudden. So being told right away, just kind of calm down, slow down, take a few nice deep breaths in while we do this meditation. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever this feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Interesting. Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords. This is overkill. And this is the Princess of Wands. This could be us. We could be really focusing on one thing to the point of overkill. So do be mindful about that. Overthinking, overanalyzing. But there is a sense of being reborn. Now, the Princess of Wands is young fire sign energy. And that's Aries, it's Leo, it's Sagittarius. So it's us. Excuse me. Again, I'm just feeling very out of breath here. I don't know if somebody was running or if you're running, or it's kind of like you're going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Your mind is racing a million miles a minute. Be very aware of that during this time, because this is a time of huge awakening, huge transformation. And we could be looking at things and kind of just being very young about them. I don't mean that, yeah, well, I do mean that in a kind of a negative way, where Spirit's saying you're not thinking everything through. It's like, okay, next, 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 next. Let's see how much I can get done. It's kind of like when you say to a little kid, like, you can have $1 or you can have 10 pennies. Which one are you going to pick? That's what Spirit is showing here. It's like, oh, the 10 pennies, that's obviously more. Spirit's saying, be very mindful of what tasks you're taking on, of the burdens you're putting on your shoulders, because there's a sense of doing, 10 pennies worth of things instead of $1 worth. So just be aware of that. But there's something here about overkill, overthinking, overanalyzing, knowing that we're going to transform within our thoughts, within ourselves, but being very resistant to that during this full moon. So this full moon is in Sagittarius. And what we're going to be seeing here is a real sense, and this could even be, because Sagittarius is a fire sign energy as well, this can also be a bit of immaturity around what this moon brings forward, which is interesting because there's a severe sense of psychic development, of insightful dreams. And so utilizing this energy for the best of us is going to be so important. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is focus. My gosh, can we be focused? If we understand that we can be a little bit all over the place, which is the opposite of being focused. But if we can take things and focus and say, this is what I want, this is what I'm going after, this is what's important to me, that becomes a huge game changer for us. And we're going to find that where we were once scattered, all of a sudden we can have laser focus during this full moon, but even after this full moon. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So I know when we see all reverse cards, we can think, oh my gosh, this is absolutely terrible. It's not. Okay. What we're going to see here is there's a sense of the same fighting the same chaos that we've become used to, right? This kind of pettiness of other people, of ourselves, of where we want to be, how we want to move forward. Spirit's saying during this time, we're going to see ourselves moving away from this. And I know people can get really upset when Spirit says pettiness of ourselves. Spirit has a way of being astoundingly blunt. Okay. So with the Five of Wands, we're really seeing us move towards a place that's much more insightful, which is what this moon is all about. We're at 13 degrees, 18 minutes of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the sign of independence, of freedom, of enthusiasm, of idealism. It's also pushing beyond what we thought were our limits, what we thought could be into, or what we thought is into what can be. That's a better way of putting it. Sagittarius is also about truth. It's about integrity. It's about honor. It is really linked with the law, but not necessarily in the way that Libra is, where it's like, okay, things have to be done by the book type of thing. This is the law around truth, what's important to us, and even our belief systems, where we want to be, how we want to move forward. This full moon in Sagittarius, it shines a light. It is that huge beacon. But this moon also brings astounding clarity. It helps us to see, like all capital letters, see. This is because Neptune is squared the galactic center. And this galactic center really increases with the squared, right? The galactic center increases our psychic development, our insightful dreams. Now, with the South Lunar Node, this is in Scorpio. This is the collective past. This is also going to be revealing secrets, like collectively as a society, as a people, secrets and toxicity. It starts to come to the surface. We're not going to be involved in people's pettiness, or we're going to look at pettiness and say, okay, what do I need to learn? How do I need to move forward? How can I change this? Uranus is conjunct Mercury. Now, this brings sudden and surprising news, as well as brilliant ideas. Mercury is moving very quickly through the month of June. And this is a big deal because we're in Gemini season. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So we're going to see a lot of very quick, informative, powerful energy around us. But it's going to be kind of jumping from one thing to another. This is why Spirit's saying focus your energy during this time, because we can get kind of swept up into everything. Now, Uranus is the higher mind. And this is conjunct Mercury, which again brings sudden change. Now, Uranus is the higher aspect of Mercury. Mercury is the day to day. Uranus, when it comes to the higher mind, is like, okay, how am I awakening? And we're going to see, because of the way Uranus is moving, we're going to see it enter into an alignment we haven't seen in 84 years, which brings a very powerful awakening to us, has us looking at things in a very different way. This is going to be a time, again, where we're looking at what we thought was important to fight for, or the chaos that we thought, okay, I either have to stand up against this, or there's something that I need to do here. And we're stepping away and we're saying, how do I live my life in peace? How do I move forward in peace, in love, in harmony, in connection with myself? We're going to be fighting a healing, which is very interesting during this time. We have the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Now, this can also be the fact that we have the South Node in Scorpio. And this can bring with a lot of toxicity, a lot of secrets. It can be that a person who is usually very loving, or a nurturing energy that's usually very much around us, it can be that it's not as forgiving as we want it to be. There's a healing here that's coming forward, but a person is resistant to that healing. Be aware of that personally. For ourselves, as we move forward, we can be, excuse me, we can be drowned in emotions, the emotions of other people. There can be emotional manipulation, so be aware of that. There is a sense here of, how do I move forward in what I love? How do I embrace what I love? The Queen of Cups, I see this almost as being taken advantage of emotionally. It's like, where am I being taken advantage of emotionally? And how do I move forward in what is important to me, what I desire, and what I need? There's going to be, I don't see it as something isn't tethered, but we're going to be very stuck, like, because there's a resistance of a healing, there's a resistance of love, there can be blockages around, our heart chakra. Yeah, it's very much around our heart chakra. There's something that we love that is, we're just finding it a bit difficult, okay, during this time. With the Two of Swords reverse, we have two very distinct ways that things should be moving forward. And there's almost a sense here of like, no, it has to be A or it has to be B. And what Spirit's really saying is, well, it could be anything, right? It can move forward in a myriad of ways. We're stuck, and Spirit wants us to get out of that stuck kind of overkill young energy that is holding us back, okay? That is making us look at this world in a very different way than Spirit wants us to. There is something here about clarity coming forward. There's an enthusiasm for the freedom you're stepping into, but we're fighting against our idealism, okay, with the Sagittarius full moon. And it's a sense of, but it's supposed to be like this. And Spirit saying, step into what it is right now. The universe reversed means that we're not going out in the middle of everything. It's not about everything. It's about connecting with something very small and very personal. It's the universe within us, not the universe externally. It can be easier to be caught up with family, with friends, with talking, with chatter. It can be a lot harder to quiet it all down and connect with us, what we need, what we desire, what we're looking for in our lives, and have that be the game changer energy. But this full moon is going to shine a spotlight right on us, right in us. And with the magician reverse, we're not feeling very magical. Okay? This is as above, so below. As you think it, so it becomes. And we're harsh on ourselves. We have to realize that. We can be feeling like there isn't the magic in our world, there isn't the support that we need, and there's a sense here of I'm questioning my very existence, my very purpose, what is joyous to me in my world. And so when the magician comes in reversed, there's also a sense of I'm apprehensive of claiming my gifts, of seeing my gifts, of seeing who I am, and how I need to move forward for me. This is going to be a time where if we look at things and we say, I'm embracing a healing, I'm embracing healing my energy, stepping into my energy, and looking at things and saying, I don't know. I don't know the way that I need to move forward. I don't know. I need to focus on kind of blooming into my own power, of embracing my own sweetness. This is the strawberry moon that we're in, according to the Farmer's Almanac. This is a time where it can be astoundingly sweet, but we have to stop fighting. And this is a time where we look in on ourselves and we need to say, what am I not seeing about me? What am I not accepting about me? What is it that I need to meet with love and healing during this time? Because there's a sense of stepping into our power, stepping into what we want, and stepping into really what's important to us. It moves us to our Luna message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Yeah, okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So it really is time to take action. Okay, the first thing that stuck out to me was the sense of the new moon in Aries. It says it's time to take action. Be patient as we follow the universe within us, as we connect with the energy within us, around us, leading us forward. It brings us to this place where we're questioning surrendering to the divine, because we're questioning the reason the the reason for our wisdom. Like, am I wise enough? Do I know what it is that I want, or do I know how to follow even this divine message? So what's going to happen here is that we step out of this place of chaos, which is so easy for us to fall into. And we step into this place of, I need to release. Like, I need to embrace the healing of this moon, of myself, putting out water to be charged by the moon, but sitting in contemplation of me, what I want, what I need, and what's important. The full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negativity by embracing the void, embracing the emptiness, the energy of the universe, to heal, to connect, to embrace what I love. There's almost a feeling like I can't embrace what I love, embrace what I desire, embrace what I need. And Spirit's saying here, it's time to release all negativity around us and connect with our hearts, connect with why we're here on this universe, connect with what we sacredly love. And it moves us to the fact that prosperity does lie ahead, even though We doubt the path. We doubt the way forward. We're so set and it has to be A or it has to be B that we're not looking at the fact that I'm just hearing a wish is being granted, a love is coming in, and there's a healing of our heart around this moon. It brings us to, again, action, yes, needs to be taken. We need to be patient as we turn in, as we focus on the universe of the heart, the soul, the self. And it brings us to this place where we realize we are enough. And we look at our attraction because the magician is as above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. And this moon is highlighting what we believe, for better or for worse, whether it be blessings or being overwhelmed or doubting and fearing or loving and celebrating. This is a time where we start to see the energy that we're surrounded in, cloaked in, is affecting our world so much more than we think it is. You are good enough. You are enough. You bring enough to the table. Whenever I read this card, when I first started using them, I always thought you were good enough was rather condescending, placating, patronizing. I don't see it that way anymore. It's a sense of you're enough. Stop. Stop trying to add more on. Stop doubting yourself. Stop, being overwhelmed by everything. You are exactly what is needed at this moment and at this time, even if where you stand right now isn't where you want to be in the future at all. You stand in power and in grace. Embrace that. Embrace that because you're stepping into your magic and you're stepping into your heart, your bliss, your soul, yourself. It moves us to the subconscious energy to be mindful of. That's the Three of Swords. There's something that has broken our hearts. And this is going to be a time subconsciously where that heartbreak can just rip us down. We need to look at the three main things in life that have hurt us. And as we look at that, we say, I see you. I name you. I am not held captive by you. I'm embracing me. And that's going to be a game changer. It moves us to evolve reverse. We don't feel like we're evolving. But just being able to name what has broken our hearts, what has overwhelmed us, what has kept us from moving forward the way that we want to, it leads us to a place of evolution. So even though we don't think spiritually that we're evolving, we are. We just don't feel that way. We're being very harsh on ourselves. It moves us to judgment reversed. Stop judging yourself. Subconsciously, you need to stop judging yourself. You're doing it without even realizing it. And Leo, the thing with a Leo is you guys shine bright, right? You are spectacular. But you can also be so harsh on yourself if you don't meet the expectations of greatness. Defined by you, your expectations of greatness. This is a time where it's like, okay, you know what? I need to rest. I need to look inward. I need to see what I want, what I need, what's important to me. And then I am transforming. And then I'm awakening a part of myself that has been asleep for just way too long. It brings us then to our subconscious Luna message, which says, work through your fear. It's reverse. We're having trouble working through our fear in order to release and in order to accept, in order to release what is holding us back, what is keeping us from a place of grace. We need to look at our fears in a way that is uncomfortable, that can be overwhelming, but in a way that is so brutally honest that we look at this moon and it makes us shine as bright as the sun with secrets and what is hidden. And it's like, you know what? No, I'm purging it all and I'm bleaching it all in the sun, right? I'm taking those stains away and I'm saying, this is me. And I'm doing so proudly, boldly, and intensely. All right. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.